This is your question first, Senator Smith. According to the latest polls, there are 3 front-runners for the Republican Senate nomination. What are the major differences between you and the other 2 candidates?
Oh, we got 3 front runners? Well, that's good. That's good.
That's what the polls say.
That's good. Yeah, well, be careful of polls anyway. If I'm behind or ahead, I look at them the same way. I don't trust them. Polls are, as we found out in Virginia, don't always tell the truth, as we both know. But what makes me different, and it's not easy to brag, and so, but you have to, because if you don't toot your own horn, I guess nobody else will. I'm a proven conservative. I've had an 18-year record in Congress of showing you I can do it. I'm just not talking the game. I've done it. A+ ratings in almost every business issue you could possibly think of, from taxpayers, all the taxpayers' ratings, and Chamber of Commerce, all of the business issues, deregulation, you name it. Number 2, experience. I've been there. I know how the game is played, and how it should be played, and how it isn't played, and what we have to do to defeat the left, who is driving us into this morass that we're in, where we cannot get out of this debt. We must be able to face these people, take them on, one-on-one, and defeat them, not accommodate them, defeat them, and I will do that. That's why I want to go back, not to accommodate the left, to defeat the left. Number 2, 3, I'm a platform Republican. There's no one else in this race that's a platform Republican. I support every plank of the Republican platform, and I'm proud of it. Every single plank. So, and fourthly, I've won 11 races in this state. 7 of them in the 1st Congressional District, and 4 statewide. That is primaries and general. Number 5, I'm consistent on the issues. Maybe we should have some kind of an award for being consistent and not flip-flopping around on issues. Maybe there should be something like it. You look at my record when I came into office in 1984. When I left, it was the same. I stayed the same on the issues. I didn't put my finger to the wind and decide to change. And finally, I'm the only candidate in this race that is not using personal wealth, that is not out there going to Reno, Nevada, or someplace and blowing off events here in New Hampshire to raise the hundreds of thousands of dollars in a pot. I have grassroots support. I've always had grassroots support. That's the way I've won. That's the way I'm going to win again. So I think those are the major differences, and I think they're important differences. So I look forward to the rest of the debate.
Thank you, Senator. Your question, Senator Rubens.
As I mentioned, I've lived here in New Hampshire for the past 40 years, and you get anchors, you get roots, you understand the differences in the different parts of the state when you live here. So I'm the candidate. As I mentioned, I've been in small business for that entire time. I have served in public life for 20 years here in the state, continuously in a variety of ways. In the state Senate, I chaired the state's GOP platform committee, so I'm familiar with the platforms also, and brokered the platform that we now have, basically a much more detailed platform before I came on, so that individuals in the House and Senate can be measured as to the extent they actually vote according to Republican principles. I'm not a career politician. I'm coming back from the private sector to do this. I'm not looking to extend a political career. We've got an incumbent on that who is into political careerism. And the trouble is, when you get in Washington too long, you get separated from the people. That's one of the problems we got to face. I'm bringing positive solutions to the table. There are a lot of occasions when our U.S. Senator is going to have to vote no on stuff. Our country's bankrupt, and it's going to be required that we vote no on spending that increases the deficit. Those are no's. But to win elections and to actually turn the country around, we're going to need to bring positive solutions out to the people that actually fix things. How are we going to turn the economy around? You'll hear that as the debate goes on. How are we going to turn the economy around? You've got to take these ideas, they've got to be explained to folks, you've got to sell them. I chaired the Granite State Coalition Against Expanded Gambling for 10 years, and I know there are differences of opinion on that, and I beat 100 to 1 I was outspent. For 10 years running, they couldn't believe I defeated them. 10 years running, I did that by explaining the issue to people, uniting people, bringing them together. I'm uniting the entire Republican Party. We've got to have conservatives and Tea Party people and Liberty Republicans and moderates. All of them have to be united in our party for us to win. And I have the resources. Obviously, the the anointed candidate, who we've been both referring to as his Wall Street money. He voted for the Dodd-Frank bill, and certainly will both mention that. And he's being rewarded. He was rewarded to the tune of $30 million in Massachusetts because he voted for Dodd-Frank. He's being respectively rewarded here, we think. So we have to have, and I have the resources to compete against that. And it's necessary. It's sad. Our campaign funding system is this way now. And it gives me the ability to do what has to be done to have a fully staffed, fully financed campaign. So I'm not a career politician. I'm bringing positive ideas to the table to solve problems, uniting the entire party, not kicking parts of the party out. And I thank you for your time again.
GrokTV.